leave me alone. Come and meet me at the after party. Bring your body, mama, work the middle. Just a little.
Hey guys, it's Talia and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing this pin-up kind of inspired makeup look for you. Perfect for someone who likes an everyday sort of glam look. This is definitely what I was wearing through my high school years when I was going through my like I want to make a statement kind of phase. I say that like I don't walk out of the house every day with a wig on and a full face. Like I need to relax a little bit. I'm sorry I didn't have a video for you on Monday, but I was in Ireland with my friend Emily and we did film a video together. It's a chit chat get ready with me and I'll put the link in the first line of the description below. You should definitely go check that out. It's on her channel. But yeah, before I carry on rambling on too much, let's just jump straight into the video. So obviously, as you can see, I've already done my foundation. I just put on a light layer of foundation. I didn't do anything crazy, and I've already pre-done my brows and carved out with concealer. I do have a foundation routine up on my channel. I think it was my last video that I posted, so I'll link that below if you do want to see that. And I will have a brow routine up for you soon. Contour my face, the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit. I've just dropped some oil into the pan and I'm just using a Real Techniques pointed foundation brush to draw on where basically I would like my cheekbones to be. And I basically just carve out where I want my cheekbone to be, and then I just brush up sort of like around where the like bulk of the cheekbone should be. And then I do the same on the other side. This stuff doesn't set very quickly, so you have a lot of time to work with it. And then a little bit under here. And then I'm just gonna blend that in with this. This is just, I use this for my foundation, that's why it's dirty. This is just a Makeup Shack Kabuki brush. And I just blend that up into my hairline. I am gonna be wearing a wig, so I'm not worried too much about what the edges look like, because you won't be able to see them. And it will look crazy until you fix it with like powder and stuff and concealer and all that jazz. But before I do clean all that up, I'm just gonna do my forehead. And for that, I'm just doing exactly the same, but around my forehead, you know, to make it smaller, because apparently that is nicer than a big forehead. I don't know, fashion or something. Then I'm taking the same brush and the same product and I'm just carving out my nose. Just carving out where I sort of would like my nose to be. Well, not where I want it to be, how I want it to look. And then I just put a little bit under here to sort of lift the tip of the nose. And then just a little bit on the sides to slim it out. And then I'm just taking a smaller brush just for the nose, because obviously I don't want to try and blend my nose in with a big brush. I say that like I don't do that every day. I do normally just blend my nose in with a big brush because I don't care. But if you do care, use a smaller brush. And don't worry about the middle if it gets a little bit messy, because again, we're going to clean it up with concealer. Basically, in makeup, you can be as messy as you want until you get to the concealer, because concealer cleans up your brows, it cleans up your lips, it cleans up your wing, it cleans up your contour, like it literally cleans up anything. If you mess up the concealer, that's when you've messed up. But like before that, mess up whatever, it's fine, concealer has your back. Okay, now time for concealer, and I'm just using the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 20. I still have this brush in my hand because I haven't put it down yet. You know. And I'm just popping this underneath my eyes. Down the bridge of my nose. And on the tip. Above my lip, on my chin. And then I'm just gonna draw, not quite where I want the line to be, because I'm gonna use my brush to do that, because I don't want it to be too crazy sharp, you know. And then just a little bit in the center of my forehead. And then I'm just gonna use this to clean up where my contour is and just bring it up a little bit higher just to lift my cheekbone. Then to blend under my eyes, I'm just using a damp beauty blender, just because I feel like this like presses it in the best and it smooths out pores the best. I find that when I use a brush, it kind of doesn't exaggerate pores, it just like reminds people that there actually are pores there, and you want to, you know, trick people into thinking you're not human and don't have pores. Then I'm just going to take my Coty Airspun powder with my damp beauty blender and I'm just going to dip that in and then press it underneath my eyes and set my under eyes and sort of bake them a little bit. Oops, did I get that on my brow? I'm really mad if I got, I'm using the camera viewfinder for some reason. Snowing powder. Oh, it's on my jeans! Bad powder. Yeah, it's on my brow. Awesome. I'm gonna brush off the powder on my forehead and on my chin and sort of just push it into the rest of my face just to set it. I don't want to put too much powder on my face because I don't want my face to look super cakey. And then under my eyes, that's probably enough baking for me. Sometimes I bake for a little bit longer. Just depends how like lazy I am. Today I'm pretty lazy, so I'm not baking for that long because I just want to do my makeup, you know. I already put concealer on my eyelids. I'm now just setting my eyes with the Anastasia contour kit, but I'm using the shade, I can't get it out. I'm just using the light shade that's not shimmery, just to stick on my eyelid to set the concealer that I have on. I'm aware this brush is way too big as well for my eye, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's not that deep. I am just gonna zoom you in a little bit. Hi, I'm gonna be using my Makeup Geek shadows, and I'm just using the shade Barcelona Beach, I think it is. Let me just double check. Yeah, Barcelona Beach, it looks like this. And it's just like a really super neutral light brown, and it's so nice. It's like perfect for this look. Oh, I threw my mirror over there. What was running through my head when I thought that would be a good idea? My mirror is literally on the other side of my bed. Time to switch mirrors. So I'm just gonna sweep that into my crease, focusing on the outer third of my eye. Something with sort of like the pin-up look, the whole point is to sort of elongate your eyes rather than make them look wider and more doll-like. It's sort of more prominent in pin-up styles to make them look more cat-like. So we're just gonna drag the shadow out a little bit. I'm then just gonna take the same shadow and I'm going to put it underneath my eye, but focusing on the outer sort of portion. I'm then just gonna take from the Tartelette palette, which just looks like this, and I'm gonna be taking the darker shade here. I'm gonna mix these two dark browns, and I'm just popping that right on the outer corner of my eye to darken it. And this is gonna look a little bit crazy because obviously we haven't got the wing on yet, and that's the bit that kind of ties the eyes all together. But that's sort of what it looks like at the moment. Bit mental, right? Oh, that's why. I just threw my brush. I'm clearly just throwing things when I finish with them. I've just got like a brush, a concealer, my old mirror, a few more brushes behind there, and I was just about to throw this one, but I need this one, so let's hang on to that, Talia. I'm then just going to take the two shades again that I just used underneath my eye from the Tarte palette. Really tap off the excess because I don't want it to be too dark, and I'm just going to stick that in my outer third. Again, just dragging it out a little bit. Wait, I've got a little bit there that's not blended. And I've just thrown my brush. Why do I keep doing that? And just to deepen out the outer corner a little bit more, I'm just going to grab a black, and I'm going to be using the black from the Tarte palette. I'm really not taking a lot of that. Like, I've literally just dipped the brush ever so slightly. Just to sort of put on the outer part of my eye. And I'm just going between the two eyes to sort of evenly distribute the product. I'm dragging this out a little bit as well. Not as far as the rest of them because you want it to kind of be a gradient faded out. And then you can just leave it there and pop the wing on. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some lighter shadow to sort of the inner corner of my eye. The inner sort of lid of my eye, just to make it all really super like stand out. Make the dark bits sort of look, make them pop. That's a good word. Pop. So I'm just going to take the shade Free Spirit from the Tarte palette, which is just super pale. So I'm just taking it up into the crease, and it's almost like a cut crease where you don't want the crease to be like, it's not going to be super blended. I am going to go back in with a darker shadow just to define the crease and make sure it's really sort of like standing out. But you definitely want a light shadow on the inner part of your eye just to create that dimension and stuff. And then I'm just taking my blending brush again that I had the black shadow on, and I'm just going over the edges where the cream and the black need to blend, and then I'm just going into my crease and defining that a little bit more. And then taking the same shadow and I'm just gonna put it on my brow bone. I find with this look I prefer a matte highlight on my brow bone than a shimmer highlight. I think it just looks, I don't know, it just kind of works with the look a bit better. So I'm just doing that and then blending it out. I'm now just going to add the wing and then pop some lashes on. For the wing, I'm using the NYC. I keep throwing my brushes away. Why do I throw everything after I use it? For my wing, I'm using the NYC liquid liner. It is one of my favorite eyeliners of all time. And I think with, I just threw my other mirror. I just did it as I threw it. I realized I shouldn't have done it. Well, I have one more mirror here before I have to actually get up. I really love liquid liners for this look just because you can get like a super duper precise line. So that's what we're gonna do. And I'm just gonna draw the tail of my wing first. I'm gonna draw it quite dramatically because this look is all about the wing. And then I'm gonna draw the inner part of my eye. And I want to keep the inside of the wing quite thin and then drag it out so it's thicker. And I'm just gonna fill in the wing. So this is the wings that we have. I don't really like how this one sort of comes down, so I'm gonna use concealer to clean it up. Obviously, remember what I said about concealer? It fixes everything. Now, did I throw my concealer on my brush? I think I did. Lighting seems to have sorted itself out now, and I'm just going to be using the Dollface Vanity lashes in the style The Killers. The Killers, right? They're just really nice and quite big. I'm just using the Duo Lash Glue just to stick these on. I am using the clear one. I do prefer the black one, but I cannot find my black one anywhere. Oh, I nearly threw my glue. I'm honestly a mess. So my camera died, and while it died, I did my hair and I did my lashes and just made sure, like, it was charging. I don't really know what the point of that was, but I'm just gonna do the underneath of my eyes now. I'm just gonna zoom you back in a little bit more, just because as you can see, once you've got the lashes on, you kind of need to balance out the underneath a little bit more with a little bit darker sort of like blacks and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be taking the same black that I used for on top of my eyes, and I'm just gonna take just a smaller blending brush underneath, but just on the outer corner where it meets the wing. And I'm just going to blend it up into the wing. I'm then just taking my Benefit They're Real mascara, and I'm going to put that on my lower lashes. I just use it to connect my real lashes with the falsies. Sometimes I put my mascara on first, so I don't put mascara on the lashes, but I forgot today, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. It is easier to do it this way than to put mascara on first. I'm just taking the shade Blissful from Ofra. It's my favourite highlight, you guys know that. You can use code Talia30, you also know that because I talk about it all the time. And I'm just going to take that on my inner corner just to sort of brighten them up a little bit. Just on a little tapered blending brush. It makes such a big difference putting highlight on your inner corner. It honestly just opens your eyes right up, especially when you have all this black around your eyes, and it can kind of close them off a bit. I'm now going to be moving on to my face, and I'm going to contour using the Anastasia contour kit. I know I've already contoured a little bit with the cream contour, but I just find that this adds a little bit extra oomph, and I'm going to be using the shade Fawn. I'm just going to sweep that into the hollows of my cheeks and then blend it up. I'm not going to bronze today. I know that I normally would bronze, but for this sort of look, it kind of works better with just sort of blush and a bit of contour. Blush, I'm going to be using my trusty MAC New Romance blush. It's an all-time fave. And I'm just going to be popping this on the apples of my cheeks and bringing it up sort of halfway, but not too much. Sort of just about there. Then I'm going to do my highlight, and I'm going to be using the Ofra highlight that I used a minute ago, just my inner corner. Where is my highlight? Oh, I threw it, of course. I'm just going to spray my face with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This just kind of makes the highlight even more intense than it already is, because it's a pretty intense highlight, as you can tell. And I'm just sweeping that sort of across the high point of my cheekbone. Then just for the last step, I'm going to be using my all-time favourite red, which is the liquid lipstick from Ofra in the shade Atlantic City. I love this. It doesn't budge. I don't have to worry about it throughout the day, and it's super comfortable, and it's just kind of the right amount of pink, the right amount of orange. It's a pretty true red. I don't need a lip liner with it either, which is fantastic. Let's go. So that is the red lipstick done. I'm just going to re-add, like if you saw before I did all my foundation and stuff, I do have a mole that I accidentally covered up, but it's quite pin-up to have like a beauty mark, so I'm just going to uncover my beauty mark, mole, freckle, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to uncover that now, so just a second. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then you can hit that subscribe button down below, become a member of this little family thing we have going on. It'd be so lovely if you joined. If you did enjoy this video, then don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, or whatever I normally do. I do something like this. Thumbs up button. If you want to follow me outside of YouTube, then all of my social media links are here. It's all just Talia Music, the same as my YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, and my Twitter. Bye guys.